Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Raja Fridi from Nexus Stock AI, and this is our team members. We will start with a story. Imagine a university student named Sakib who is interested in the stock market and wants to become a smart investor. Every day he visits different websites, reads financial news, and checks market trends before making an investment decision. However, the biggest challenge is not finding information, but handling too much information. As a beginner, Sakib often feels confused and finds it difficult to identify the right insights. To solve this real life problem, we developed Nexus Stock AI, an intelligent platform that uses AI and a simple dashboard to organize financial information, analyze market trends, and help users make smarter investment decisions. Just as we turn to our best friend when we need advice or someone to share our concern with, it can be used stock friend who can suggest you or coach you. Our target users are students, beginner investors, and finance enthusiasts who want an easier and smarter way to understand the stock market. Our project was guided by 5 key functional requirements. First, investors must be able to track overall market in real time. Second, they need access to technical indicators like RSI and Bollinger Bands without leaving the app. Third, they should be able to compare multiple assets on a radar comparison matrix. Fourth, we integrated an AI Copilot that provides intelligent analysis by using livestock data and financial information. Finally, we aggregate recent market news with AI-generated sentiment scores. Rather than just explaining these features on slides, let's just prove that our software works. Now, let's move to the live system demonstration.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Injabin, and in this part of the video I'm going to explain the technical analysis of our application and overall feature list, and I will try my best to introduce you to our system. So this is the dashboard of our system. You can see the sector heat map where we have the technology, healthcare, industries, and etc. Every single thing here, which is the actual raw data from the websites or the market. If we say we have the top movers of the market like Tesla, Apple and etc. Nvidia also here. We can see the actual parameters like the total market cap, S&P, fair and greed, etc. This is a human-centric design, which is basically to reduce the stress level of the market users. Now, the next feature is the technical analysis part. So it takes some time to load the data. And here we have the Apple stock market, Apple stock, which is basically the Apple stock in the market available. We can see every single data which is valid and real about the Apple stock in the market. We can analyze this for 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, or even a year. This is basically necessary to understand the consistency of the stock. We have some keywords which is basically important to understand to invest in a stock and understand the consistency of the stock. Not for the Apple, we can also go for any kind of stocks. We can see here, this is Microsoft, Nvidia, the Google, and you can also like search anything, like any kind of stocks we have in mind. Like we can see, I have just typed F and we have the Ford Motor. So we can see the actual data. This is for 1 year, 3 months, 1 month, 1 week, and if we like hold the mouse, we can see actual open, high, low, and the actual evolution of the core the data. Basically, the market is closed now for the US market, and that's why it is like mentioning closed. So nextly, we have the AI Copilot feature where we can like analyze the stocks. Here we go, we can see the AI predict and the actual parameters of the stock. We can ask any kind of question for in this AI Copilot segment to understand the stock, like comparing to individual stocks. It will take some time basically, but it will basically compare 2 stocks. And here we go, we have the Nvidia versus Meta stock analysis. Here we have like valuation risk, we have valuation risk and growth probability, profitability, exactly, I'm sorry, the price action, etc. And we finally we can see the Nvidia is outcoming in Meta here. We can also use the compare asset feature to compare individual two stocks. We have the radar for that to understand the actual winner here. It will say like here we have the Apple and the Microsoft. Here we use the Meta. Where is the Meta? Like randomly, let's go for Meta or like Tesla maybe. Let's go for Tesla. So we can see the actual evaluation in this radar, 6 dimensions like the valuation, profitability, and actual metric breakdown. The AI verdict is here also to understand the key fundamentals, why Tesla or why Apple is leading with the AI score out of 10. Now, we also have an important feature which is news statement. This is basically past 52 weeks news in the stock market in about every single stocks here, which are important to analyze the market. We don't need to like view hundreds of scattered websites or like gather the news. We can all just click here and like view the actual data and the market states of the stocks. So this all features and the data are real, not dummy data. Basically the US market is closed, so this is closed right now, but after a few while the US market will be open and then this market status will be open. Now if we go to the settings, we have basically the available stocks, plenty of stocks. We can also add some more by searching them. Basically the data API connections which provides the actual data. We have used FinHub data, FinHub API, market data primarily for market data feed fallback. We have used Alpha Vintage, and for the AI copilots we have used the Gemini AI. And we also have handled the cache properly to understand to understand the user experience and smoothness, and this is it. Also we have research in the market. Basically this kind of web applications related to stock has a dark feature primarily, so we have implemented a dark theme mode for user experience. And here we have this, the technical analysis, Copilot, the compare assets, news statements, and the overall the total application is this. And we also have a like AI bot that can help us for understanding any kind of features. If we have any doubts like how do I use the technical suits, like this will basically take a little bit of time, but it will basically show us how to use the website properly. Or if we have any doubt, there we go, it just presented a summary to use to understand the basic sites and to use the application properly. So this is it.
And today I'll be giving you a high-level breakdown of our Nexus Stock AI architecture. The project is built using Next.js app and React 19 over TypeScript. To power the dashboard, our application communicates with multiple backend services and external APIs for real-time stock and news data. We also integrated Gemini as the foundation for our AI Copilot to provide intelligence support. Because we rely on so many external APIs, managing the data flow reliably is critical. Instead of depending on just one service, we built a custom orchestrator. As you can see in our orchestrator file, we use a chain of fallbacks. FinHub serves as our main data source. If it fails or hits a rate limit, the system gracefully falls back to Alpha Vintage and then to Ruin AI. This ensures our users never see empty charts. To prevent hitting those API rate limits in the first place, we built a custom 3-layer caching systems for our heavy charting data. When the front-end requests stock data, the server first checks the L1 memory cache. If it's empty, the system falls back to L2 cache that's based on file system. And if it fails, then the L3 network request is executed and the chart data is found from the API, and the data is never empty. Finally, let's look at how we implemented the Gemini AI I mentioned earlier. In our Copilot API route, you can see we use a Retrieval-Augmented Generation or RAG system. Before we send the user's prompt to Gemini, we use the build context utility to give all the stock data, prices, and all the analysis that the application did, including the stock details with the prompt, so the LLM can give data based on the analysis our system already did.
This is the project Kanban of our application. You can see we have used the proper software development methodology Scrum to develop this software to work as a team. This is the backlog, and the priority board is also here. You can see we have worked together to understand each other, and proper teamwork is utilized here. And this is it.
Our biggest challenge was managing API rate limits and large amounts of financial data. We overcome this by using efficient API handling and caching techniques. In future, we aim to make Nexus Stock AI a personalized AI stock companion for Bangladeshi investors by integrating DSC data and integrating with Dhaka Stock Exchange, providing smarter suggestions, personalized notification, and more accurate insights. Thank you so much.